didn't say much. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take it now. I'm gonna take the opportunity now. You want me to talk later?
First preseason, I don't even see him here. He's not.
Sponsor solid.
Solid, man.
Something came from around the corner, like,
Lake, you walk. You walked?
from barbers.
Yo, your feet. No, I did not walk from Barber. True. They was like this.
So, I mean, come in here.
I like this jacket. This is how you got this slippy. Yeah. Let me get it. It matched me.
I don't care, you can have it.
I can wear it too. That shit.
I know spirituality is big for me. I just don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Yeah, Brother Williams over there.
Okay, Brother Williams.
Yeah, Shamar.
Oh, okay. That's right. You okay with that? I don't want to put you on the spot.
Just like T.
Ask that you bless this food that was provided to us. I want to ask you for protection over my family and help us move forward in our next chapter in life. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.
How did I get off me?
I'm about to call up first. It's funny. Last year I called this. This is the best dressed award. This is the person, like, you know what? It doesn't matter what happens. They always, they fly to the T. Practice, and it's like, yo, hold up, coach. Dirt hit this. Hold on. Even though we're on a dirt field, mud, they make sure it's clean. I don't know how they do it. They look good, practice good, and then you get them in the game. Sometimes they don't play as good, but they do show up. I'm just being honest with you. The funny thing about this, though, is like, I don't see him here today, but last year's recipient is here. Shouts out to Chase Barker. But this year's recipient isn't here. For this year's 2017 Best Dressed Award, Mike Slade, wherever you're at, he's probably get everything fixed up. Oh man. And our volunteer, Mr. Rax, I'm messing with you, coach. In football, matter of fact, you guys just take these out, just lay them out. In football, or any sport, when you have your heroes, but this is very special because I call these the unsung heroes. And at first I was like, man, it's just one person that stuck to my mind. I was like, this is true, this is huge. Very, very huge. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. So I'm like, why is this so special? Because at first it started from one, then it turned into two, and then into multiple. And a lot of times, people like to get a team going, you see the players on the field doing all this stuff, but there's always someone that does something extra. Someone who always gives a little bit more. So this award is extremely special. I'm gonna make sure to read the names out. Players, I don't really ask too much for y'all, but can y'all please stand and give these winners a round of applause? Can you please stand for me? Because this is huge. Come on, players, stand for me. I want you to applause. No, not yet. Wait for the names. And the winners for the Unsung Hero Awards are Marge Ricconi, Nicole Kidd Taylor, Sherry Zajac, Kia Kathy Williams. You come up and get it. Shirley Ellis, Gavilla Campbell, Jamie De La Rosa, G. Miriam, Amanda Stedman, and last but not least, Jason and Mecca Manson. Can y'all please come up and get y'all awards? Now, I want to just openly say this as a few of the parents come up here. I know these are parents of just a few of our young lads. I'm going to let you know my father would not have qualified for this award. Not because he's a bad person, not because he didn't put a lot into me, because he worked to make sure I'm the person I am today. So if there's any parents out here that feel skated, and I know I miss people. Miss Campbell, you're going to realize your plaque's not here because there was an issue with the spelling. I want to make sure your name's important and that's fixed. So I want to openly say these are the parents some from years, some from this year, that you see these young men, y'all pour into these young men, and I want to let you know I see that and I recognize it. And I thank y'all for everything that y'all do, and I hope these young men thank y'all for everything that y'all do. Especially Coach Manson and Mac, y'all understand how much hard work they put into this. They bring their families aside. As you can see, Jackson is terrorizing the set as we speak, and Jace is taking things that's not his. So, without further ado, can I just ask y'all one more time, give a round of applause for these unsung heroes. whole year. Coach, how do I get the belt? How do I get the belt? This is the belt that I created. This belt is kind of expensive. Yeah, you can take that one. You hold on to it. This is the ball out belt. The best thing I like about the ball out belt is that you throw grades out of it, you throw athleticism out of it, and you just put your numbers versus other guys' numbers and the story. That's one of the few ones where it's like, well, you know what, he's more physically this, he's more that, well, whatever. You put your numbers versus this person's numbers and end the story, your name goes on the belt forever. Last year's recipient, O'Neal Robinson, he won it definitely with just interceptions, 11 interceptions. But this year's recipient, it went down to the wire. It was between Mr. John Edwards and Anthony Benefield. And literally, by one turnover, one forced fumble, one interception, whatever the case is, this person's put their name on the belt forever and earned his own little belt that he can walk home with. This is universal. This ain't the world. This is universal. And the best part of all, it goes with his jacket. So Anthony Benefield. But I ain't going to need that back, and I do know where you live, so if you think you need it, I will be there. Just letting you know. Yep, there's a photo booth. You go ahead. That's yours, definitely.
Hold them up. Hold them up.
Let them see it. Let them see it. During that time, the spring ball, we went from 74 kids to 17. Just from the fact of all the running, the conditioning, the stuff that we had to go through, it was very, very painful. And he just talked about effort. See, you always have those players that are just talented. They'll win you some games. You'll have some people that are good. But effort. There are two things you can't control as coaches. That's your attitude and your effort. And this kid came with a great attitude, and he always gave effort. And for the longest time, I was looking like, how do we get this kid on the field? I mean, he's a senior now, and he worked extremely hard. And then it came down to one game where it was like, what should we do? It's the same game. Dave ain't got State Farm, don't worry. But we decided to make an executive decision and put this kid in the game. And I said, when in doubt, you go with the senior who's about even. And he played the whole game, opening up holes for Kion to run for over 100 yards. And he had fun. And I'm like, man, that's what coaching is all about. When you have a kid that nobody believes in, but never play in, and without a shadow of a doubt, he's going to do great things. My 2017 Effort Player Award goes to Daniel Rapp. Let's go.
Awards. I just want to talk briefly about some of the reasons why we kind of do what we do and why we're involved in coaching. One is for these young men to have a chance to fulfill their dreams. I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to go to the NFL. The NFL is not always possible, and at a certain point, that dream kind of fades, and certain things become more of a reality. But we want to prepare these young men to try to have success in other ways, and using the game that they like and that they love to help them get there. So without me receiving a full scholarship, I probably wouldn't have been able to pay for college. Who knows what I would have done. But I'm still involved with the game because I love it so much, but I have an opportunity to give back. And that's part of the reason why all these guys are here, to give back to these kids, to help them try to reach that next level, but ultimately graduate, get their degrees, and be very successful contributors to our society, which we need more of. So we're going to celebrate these guys. Like I said in the beginning, this is a long season, so we never really stopped. You know what I mean? It's kind of a year-round process, but the season officially starts in August. And at the end of the summer, we do a summer conditioning segment. We had a bunch of kids achieve at a high level, get maxes, get strong maxes and things like that. So we're going to celebrate that first, and then we'll get into some of the stuff from the season. So we had 2 guys in this room today whose combined bench, squat, and power clean were over 1,000 pounds. We call it the 1,000-pound club. And those 2 guys are Quentin Perry and Larry Mims. Get their signs right. These guys have spent all 4 of their years in the football program. So in our school, we require the kids to do 2 sports. Football's been part of theirs for all 4 years. We have Kion Gillespie, Kyle Zajac, O'Neal Robinson, John Edwards, Ray Ruiz, Daniel Rector, Rashard Roden, Quentin Perry, Larry Mullins.
They call me Buzz. Littles. I'm in 2000 now. 2000.
House of Perry.
Can you see? Okay, good.
Next, I'm going to go to recognizing the seniors. Recognizing the seniors. I'm trying to think of the ones that are here up this list. Kion Gillespie, O'Neal Robinson, Kyle Zajac, John Edwards, Larry Miles, Quentin Perry, Daniel Rector, Ray Ruiz, Calvin McClan, Kamai Harris, Chase Barker, Andre White, Andrew White, Shamar Williams, Jason Hippolyte, Tyler Williams, and Aaron Edwards. I think those are all the seniors.
No, that's the
I would put that real quick. Come up here and take a picture. These seniors, as they stand in front of you, these seniors have been a part of 2 conference titles, a state championship team,
Not me.
played a team from Canada,
Didn't play.
played another nationally ranked prep school.
Twice.
So they are constantly
I got slammed on my
blazing
head.
new trails.
I caught my first practice.
We hold these seniors alive. They work as they
And I
embark
ran
on
touched the ball first.
a new stage in their life. We wish you much success at the next level.
You did get smoked.
Make sure you guys come back, keep giving back.
That's all you got. That's all you got. Gang.
I definitely played all 4 years.
No, you didn't.
He was cameraman for like the first 2 years. You broke your pinky toe. You could not play.
Oh, I got smoke. I hope y'all cut that out. I edit that out.
All right, I need everybody's eyes on me. Jeremiah, your head is being blocked. Jeremiah's face is being blocked. Shape's blocking Jeremiah.
All you need is his box. You don't know who it is.
Okay, so I see everybody's face except for Jeremiah's. All right, everybody look at me. Everybody look at me. Kyle, I don't see you. All right, there we go. Stay there, stay there, stay there. Stay there, John, look straight. Awesome, everybody stay. Kyle, I need you to look straight. Aaron, your face is being blocked. Yes, Aaron, you turn. I see you. I'm looking right at you. You're still being blocked. Aaron, you're blocked. I'm just letting you know. Okay, all right. Act like y'all don't hear me. Very good. One more. You're right, too. You're right, to be honest. You are right. All right, hold up a second. No, I just want y'all to see. One more. He might as well just move back and get the picture. That's what this is. Awesome.
Yes, you did.
All right, so now let's take one that y'all can remember. You know, quirky face.
Wild out face.
Yeah, I mean the wild out one. All right.
You on my shoulders.
No. Listen. All right, no. In all seriousness, no. Listen. Hey, listen. I want to get the coaches and the seniors after this. So this one, there you go. After this one, coaches and the seniors. Stay off the wall, though, fellas. Stay off the wall.
We gonna remember this one.
All right, everybody in, coach.
I can't hold this close.
All right, I got you, coach. There you go. There you go. Act like there you go. Come on. Everybody here, stay here. Everybody look this way. Everybody look this way. One more. All right, listen. Coaches and seniors only. Hurry up. I got you. All right, here we go. We good? Everybody gotta look this way. Let's not block nothing. All right, here we go.
Yo, y'all gotta chill.
Hold up.
Ain't nobody got no water behind.
Hold up. Hold up. Tyler, I can't see your face. There you go.
That was John.
Come on. Ray, I can't see your face. Now I can. Now I can't see. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. Stay focused, Calvin. Come on, one more.
Times 3.
This one's for Larry.
Will I see it?
All right, good job.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know, without me, they wouldn't have done it, all right? So I just want to let y'all know. Hit me up, 860. Find me on Twitter, you feel me? Them dudes is trash. What fuck me? What?
OD'd it. I literally went like this to you, and you talking about. It doesn't matter. You really hit me in my sternum. You hit me in my sternum.
I would really like.
Yes, sir.
I'll knock you out too.
Here we go.
I'm out of here.
Good work.